if you looked into this and you come to your own conclusions.
Dude, thank you for opening our minds and everything.
Bro, man, thank you so much, man.
Definitely come to my own conclusions, yeah.
Cool, yeah, no, that's the way. That is the key.
Genesis and what?
Yeah.
The first books of the Bible and start with Genesis and with what?
What should I do, guys? What am I supposed to
Go
do?
home. Go home. You don't have your shit. You don't have your stuff together. I'll be happy to give them their stuff.
Oh, good. So set up shop and do it. I'd be appreciative because I would love more people to find Jesus. It really changed my life. You guys want to? You guys? No. Just.
No, we're just taking.
I hear you. I don't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. Hey guys, can anybody prove to me how you know you live on a spinning ball and that you could save me from being out here? Anybody? Nobody wants to help me.
Anybody want to help that guy?
Come on, guys. You want to help me? Please. All right. Can anyone prove to me how they know? How do you know you live on a spinning ball? Come on. I just need one volunteer. That's all it takes. Anybody want to prove to me how you know you live on a spinning ball? What is your proof? I'm willing to listen. Wait, I'm listening. Go ahead.
The boat goes over the horizon and you can't see it.
Cool. Do you know that there's multiple videos on YouTube of people after the boat has disappeared over that horizon? They take their video camera, they zoom in on that boat, and you can see that boat again after it's disappeared from your vision. Did you know that? So maybe you can give me another proof. Come on, it's good. I'm so appreciative that you stopped. I do appreciate it.
I don't know, it's round.
Well, you know, I get a lot of people. I'll help you out here. Sometimes people tell me, well, NASA, right? They show us photos, right? They show us photos of the Earth, right? But did everybody here know that those photos are composite photos? They're clearly labeled. If you visit NASA's website, they're labeled a composite photo. And if you look up what a composite photo is, it's multiple photos that have been stitched together. What I would ask is, does everybody here trust their government? Raise your hand if you do. You trust them? Ah, good, thank God. You scared me there for a second. Well, check this out. If you're gonna use NASA photos as a proof, that means you have to trust NASA, which is a government organization, correct? So, if you look at that horizon behind me, right? Your senses, what do your senses tell you of that horizon? It looks flat, and we all know that standing water, resting water, right? Standing water always finds its level. And we know that because they use it in engineering. They use water to level, to find a level, correct? Strange, right? Over 70%, they say, of our Earth is covered in water. Now, if water always finds its level, right, how does it fit around a ball? How does that work, right? Did you ever think about this? Gravity, right. Now let me ask you another question, because I don't like believing things. I like things that I know to be true.
Get an airplane though, and fly the plane around the world, and you can see the curvature of the Earth as you fly.
Actually, it's pretty well known that at commercial airline flights, at the height they fly at, which is about 35, 40, 50,000 feet, there is no curve. You can ask commercial airline pilots that, and there's actually a number of commercial airline pilots who are now coming out and saying when they fly, they do not account for the curvature. When you think about it, think about this, right? When they are flying, wouldn't they need to be dipping the front of the plane to go around that bend? Right, but guess what? You can watch, there's a video on YouTube you can watch, and the pilot says they fly at a 3% incline, the entire flight, he says. So think about, now try to do it with your hand, and show me if your hand is angled up, right, as you go around a ball, see what happens. It's impossible. Yeah, you'll end up going backwards, right? It's crazy. I have information here, guys. I'm not looking for anyone to believe a word I say. No one. But do you follow what I'm saying there with the plane? Now,
I actually want to hear why you think this. I'm not being mean. I just actually want to know why.
Oh yeah, man, dude.
I just actually want to know why you think this.
You're a lot more open-minded than I was. When I first heard this, it was Kyrie Irving who was on the news talking about flat Earth, and that was a year and a half ago. And my first thing was, what an idiot! I said, what an idiot, right? At some point, I looked into it. I found out that we can see across Lake Michigan. I have a photo of it too. We can see the Chicago skyline, right? We can see that skyline from over 50 miles across Lake Michigan, right? Now, Over a distance of 50 miles, there is expected curvature of 1,700 feet. Well, that curvature should be entirely hiding that skyline we're seeing, right? And so you go, wait, how can I see something that should be hidden below the curve, okay? And so I was like, that is strange. And then luckily I found out that there's a newscaster and he explains it. He says that was a mirage. And I was like, oh, thank you. I had to find an answer, right? But the only problem is that a guy named Rob Skiba, he rented a boat. And he videotaped that mirage in a boat, and he traveled from 50 miles across Lake Michigan with that mirage in his video camera the entire time until the city was right in front of his eyes. Then I had a problem, because was it really a mirage? And if it was a mirage, then where is the curve, right? So check this out. Now, people are now testing for curvature. Remember, the water, when you see the photos from NASA, right? Remember that water is always bending, it's always curving. You don't see like a divot in the earth, right? It's always curving, and that's the way it has to be. Every inch of the water has to be curving the entire time. So, people have gone to lakes and they've tested it over a distance of 7 miles. A guy named D. Marble, he's on YouTube. You can check him out. He tested it with a laser beam, right? Now, over a distance of 7 miles, anybody have any idea how much expected Earth curvature there should be? Do you have any idea?
No idea.
Okay. So over a distance of 7 miles or so, you should have over 30 feet of expected curvature. That's what has to take place. So he took his laser beam and he had it positioned 7 feet above the ground on one end, and then he literally put his camera almost in the water, literally an inch or so off the ground, and he was able to literally videotape seeing that laser beam from over 7 mile distance when it should have been hidden by 30 feet of expected curvature.
Well, that's because,
correct.
Well, no, that's because what happens with gravity is that gravity will alter light and how it works.
I have a little packet that you can, not a packet, but a little piece of paper if you want, with a little information on how to explore this further. I'm sorry, you said regarding gravity?
Yeah, because gravity, it's not that it's flat, but it's more, it's just gravity is pulling down.
In fact, let me put it this way. There's multiple amounts of evidence that show that you live on a flat earth. The problem is not the evidence, it's accepting it. Accepting it is very, very difficult. Yeah?
Do you think other planets are flat?
You know, I don't know. I really don't know. All I see, when I see the moon, I see a circle. You know that we see one face of the moon our entire lives? Did you know that? Do everybody know that or no? Does anybody know how fast we're spinning right this second at the equator? Anybody? No? We're spinning 1,000 miles an hour right this moment. They say, at least. I don't believe, right. But that's not where the motion ends. We are also circling the sun in an elliptical manner at over 66,600 miles an hour. In addition to that, the sun is traveling at over 500,000 miles an hour. And I do believe that the universe is expanding at over 1,000,000 something miles an hour. That is a whole, remember, we're talking 500,000 miles an hour you guys are moving right this second. Everybody feels it, right?
Yeah. Okay, wait, no, but the thing is that it's relativity. It's not that, whoa, we're going so fast.
Right.
It's more of just, it's going fast,
right?
But it's based on a planetary scale. It's not like you're sitting in a car going that speed. It's this entire Earth going that speed. And it's the entire
Well, that's what they tell us. Have you proven that yourself?
Okay.
Have you proven it? I'm just asking. Well, no, what I have done, sir, is that people are doing their experiments that they can do on their own. Folks, if anybody wants, there's an awesome documentary by Eric Dubay. It's right on there's little sheets of paper in my bag. I don't have another hand to put it on. But just grab one. What if you even type in the history of flat Earth? That was Eric Dubay had over 1 million views on it. Over 1 million, right? YouTube closed his channel down. His new video has 10,000 views. And if you type in history of flat Earth by Eric Dubay, guess what? It doesn't even come up first. A bunch of videos debunking flat Earth come up. No joke. No joke.
So obviously
So
wrong.
let me ask you a question. Why is it so important to you to prove to us that there? What,
you know,
what is it for you that you're?
I missed answering that with the young lady who walked away. When I brought up the book appearing from itself and the creator. At the end of the day, I lived 46 years of my life as an atheist, right? I did not believe in God. I did not believe that there was a creator because I believed in the Big Bang. I had chosen to believe in the Big Bang and evolution. And yet, I really couldn't prove the Big Bang any more than I could prove God, right? But I was biased towards it because they teach us in school, Big Bang, they're teaching us, quote, science, right? But yet, really, are they teaching us?
Big Bang is just a theory.
Right, so that's my point.
I got one more thing I want to say. It's just like how we don't exactly know all this, we believe in it, and like we have theories on it. Just like you have the theory on how.
Well, right, but my question then is that why would you, like, why fight me on something until you investigate? Like, I see you took that piece of paper. That's good on you, man. And you know what? If you prove me wrong, you come back on and you have absolute proof that I can, that I can understand. Something that I can just understand. Resting water, not, bending around a ball. I mean, does anybody know how water sticks to a ball? Gravity, right? Right. And yet, how many people here can prove gravity? No, sir. What that is phenomena that takes place. So that could be on a flat Earth. That could be anything. What gravity is has never been proven. Check out Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's very clear. We have no idea what gravity is. That's what he says. Guy's a physicist.
What's the deal with the crescent
The thing
moon?
is that like we don't know what it is, but we have.
So if we don't know what it is, how do we know that that's what it is, right?
Well, yes, but like.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
That's true. But
That
we
is
have
true.
Theories on this, and like, it's not that we don't.
Well, excuse me?
Like, you could be wrong just as much.
100% I could be wrong. 100%, I agree with you. Now, but what I found is the evidence seems stronger for me for a flat Earth and an immovable Earth than there is for.
Big conspiracy. Why would NASA not? Why would
They're hiding God because now check this out. No, ma'am, don't leave because it's really. Excuse me?
Why does he have to?
All right, check this out.
How is it possible for that?
If you wait, now listen, I was 46 years I was a hardcore atheist. If you brought up God to me, I would also bring up immediately, do you believe in Santa Claus? And I'd be really rude about it too, because I didn't have any respect for people who didn't understand, quote, science, right? That was my belief. Well, it came to be that when I found out about flat Earth, I also found out that flat Earth is mentioned in the Bible. The Bible mentions that the Earth is immovable, stationary, like 20 times or more.
Until 1,400 years after that, they still thought, the sun revolved around the Earth. Things like that. Probably 1,000 years ago.
Right. Guys, hang on. I'm going to show you. Hang on. I'm going to put this down.
I want to say. Like,
Yeah, I'm listening.
You know what? Yes, God might not be real, but the book isn't supposed to be this person's real, this person's real, this person's real. The Bible is based. It's just giving us faith. It's not giving us, oh, we got to believe up there, or oh, we got to believe down there.
All right.
It's just giving us faith.
I hear you. Guys, just so everybody knows, I haven't eaten in 5 days. I haven't had a bite of food in 5 days. What happened is that for videotaping on the boardwalk about a week ago, I was given a ticket by the Point Pleasant Police Department for videotaping in public. Does that sound like freedom to you? Anybody? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if it sounds like freedom. Right, I agree with you. So what I said is I'm doing a hunger fast until they apologize to me for breaking my rights, right? For violating my rights. So I haven't eaten in 5 days. Today I did receive a call from the prosecutor, but I have yet to hear an apology from him, and he did not say that the case was being dropped. So I continue my fast of not eating anything. I said I'll do that until the court date, which is another 25 days to now. If I have to do it, then that's what it'll be. So be it. It's not the worst thing in the world to do. You could look up water fasting, and you'll find that it's a very easy way to lose massive amount of weight if you have any problems with weight. But anyway, my point is that our government doesn't care about us one iota. And the sooner you learn that, the sooner you're going to get on with your life in a way that's more productive and less wasteful. But in this picture here that you see, this is that Chicago skyline that we can see from over 50 miles that caused an uproar and had the newscaster actually tell everybody. Because remember, what do they call television? right? It's called TV programming. Because what are they doing? They're programming you. They are. And they're programming you what to think, what to buy, who to like, how to act. And so it all is connected. And hang on, I got some more because this is a great photo. All right, guys. Maybe some of you guys have done this experiment with water. Okay? But you see that lower photo where the test tubes are all at? See, water always seeks its level. It always seeks its level, right? That shows you. So now how would you get that to curve around a ball? And everyone's going to say gravity, right? But how many people here truly can prove gravity? When Neil deGrasse Tyson, again, doesn't even know what it is. Right? I have a lot more. I have NASA folks. Oh, this is my favorite. This is one of the ones. I've done this experiment myself, guys. All right, so check this out. You can do this at the beach. Now, on a beautiful morning, because we're on the East Coast, you can see the sun rays, right, on the top picture. Wait, where is it? Oh, I have the wrong one. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Okay, here it is. I've done this experiment myself. So you see how the sun on the bottom photo, the sun rays go to. You see how the sun rays go all the way up to? They go all the way up to your feet when you're on the beach in the morning, right? Now you got to think about this. How does that happen on a ball? How does that happen on a ball? As the sun is rising in this case, and it's just a peaking above, and you'll see those rays the entire way. This is what I did. I took a piece of like fiberglass, and if you put a light and you bend that fiberglass, this is what you end up with, and it's what I ended up with. The light can't continue further because there's a bend, right? How does the light go over that bend? How does that light in the water reach that? I did it at home. I put it on straight, put the light down, and guess what I saw? I saw the line, just like what we experience here. So, you know,
the sun's so much bigger. Like, how big was your light compared to the?
Well, listen. When the sun is just peaking above the horizon, it's just peaking above the horizon. So it should not be able to go over the horizon and then continue, right? I mean, unless the light is somehow bending and hitting the ground. But this is an experiment you can do on your own, and it has to make you at least question your own beliefs as to how it does that. Now, NASA has been burned so many times for being liars. Okay? So check this out.
Do you think the moon landing's a hoax?
100%, yeah, it is. Oh, I'm not alone in that. There's so many people, sir. But check this out. When I was a little kid, I think I was like, I think I was a sophomore in high school when this occurred. This is a Challenger disaster, and the Challenger blew up. Well, if you look at this photo of people, these people all have the same names, and they look pretty much exactly how they should look for 20-some years, 30 years after that disaster happened. It's funny how they work really in government positions at this point in time when they're working for these educational universities. So if you look on, I wanted to bring a television here because there is. I'm tired. I'm sorry. There is so much video evidence of fakery on NASA. You can see bubbles in space. If you go on YouTube and you type in bubbles in space. By the way, folks, I have more little piece of paper there if anybody wants to investigate this more for themselves. But you can see bubbles in space. You can see an astronaut get busted using a harness. You can literally see the harness as he floats by. Like the CGI didn't work where they didn't cut it out.
Okay, so if this is just a theory, but if the Earth was in theory flat, then at what point would it stop? Because due to 2D, due to the second dimension, if the Earth was technically flat, at what point does the XY coordinates stop for Earth? At what point does X and Y stop?
I don't know. I mean, how do we even know it would stop?
How much funding do you think NASA has?
NASA makes $53 million a day from taxpayers, which maybe some of you would say, that's not very much of the budget. But imagine, let me ask everybody here, what benefits have you received from that $53 million a day, personally?
Wait, that's the first joke. If it's flat, how do you explain, like, someone keeps going, they'll come back to where they were?
How do I explain what?
How do you explain, like, if you keep going east, you'll eventually come back, like, around, you know what I mean?
imagine that this is a giant pool, or you're on a cul-de-sac, and imagine all the continents are in the center of that cul-de-sac. You can then circle that cul-de-sac very easily, thus circumnavigating that globe, right? That's the idea. Whether that's true or not, I haven't proved it, but I can tell you this. I can show you with that question that you just brought up. There's a guy. His name is Admiral Byrd, Captain Cook. Give me one more second. Here it is. So there's a guy named Captain Cook. He allegedly, and he kept an account of it, traveled for 3 years and went 60,000 miles next to an ice wall. 60,000 miles next to an ice wall. That is what a lot of flat earthers believe is holding in all the water, is a giant ice wall. Just like a pool would be, like the edge of a pool, right? And when you think about it, what is really crazier? Believing that water sticks to a spinning ball, or believing that we live on a flat earth? Huh? When did all of you learn, when did everybody here learn that you lived on a spinning ball? What age were you, do you think?
Well, okay, you're kind of belittling that in a sense where it's not sticking to a ball. It's more of where stuff is keeping it in. Where not only it's gravity itself keeping it in. I know, like you said, gravity might or might not be true, but also, as he said, cohesion. Because cohesion is another thing that we can prove exactly, which is
but how many people here you think can prove cohesion? And by the way, what's really interesting?
You went to high school, cohesion is a
really. All right, anybody here? Anybody standing here? Please raise your hand if you can prove cohesion for me. Please raise your hand.
Right over there.
No, you just said that most people can if you went to high school. How many people here went to high school? Raise your hand. Thank you. Now, can you please prove cohesion? Because that's otherwise, I guess something's wrong with you, according to this guy.
So no, here. How about this? I'll put it in this words. So you're sitting on a table. You accidentally spill a little bit of water on the table. 2 water droplets are sitting on that table. Yeah. Have you ever seen those water droplets come together to form one bigger water droplet? That's what cohesion is.
Super. So how come? Why doesn't the ocean just spread out everything? Because it has a container, right? Now we all know that a container. If you take a container and you put a hole in it that's below the level of the water that's in that container, that water is going to flow out of it until it reaches the lip of that container, at which point it will stop flowing out of it.
Why does that happen?
That happens because water always seeks its level.
It's because it's gravity.
Oh, right. And now we got the proof. So does everybody here agree that they can prove gravity for me? Please prove gravity. I'm happy. That doesn't prove anything. That is a phenomena that is taking place.
So what else would
It's
you call
called gravity.
phenomenon?
Phenomenon is called gravity.
It seems to me that you believe in gravity.
Yeah.
So no, I mean in the orange, the girl in the orange.
I have no clue.
Well, I know, but I thought you had told me you believed in flat Earth.
No.
And if you did, if you had any clue about flat Earth, then you would understand that no flat Earther believes in gravity. Nobody.
Listen, I'm in the middle. I'm trying to learn. I'm learning. We're listening.
No, she said she believes in flat Earth. I'm pretty sure.
We're listening to you. We're trying. We're trying to understand.
But are you truly, or are you mocking me?
I'm truly listening, and you're like coming at me.
Okay, good. Then I apologize. My apologies. I apologize to you. I do. I'm sorry, because I've been mocked a number of times before, and I often give people the benefit of the doubt, and then they walk away chuckling at me and laughing at me, and it starts to get a little tiring. But if you're not, then I appreciate that. No problem. So anyhow, I'll give you another one real quick. Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't know how many of you guys know Neil deGrasse Tyson, but Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted out a photo of the lower photo of Everest, Mount Everest, from the top of Mount Everest that a person took.
The earth is flat! The earth is flat!
That's right, brother. So, see, he knows. So, now listen, check this out. So Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted out the lower photo. That lower photo was taken with what they call a fisheye lens. Fisheye lenses put a curve on objects. Now the funny thing is why would Neil deGrasse Tyson, a physicist, want to deceive anybody and say that that represents the actual curve of the Earth? You gotta use your brains, folks. The photo above is a normal photo from the top of Mount Everest. You see a difference? Anybody see it? Anybody see that difference? They lie to you guys. They lie to you in school. If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't spend another past freaking 5th grade in school. They do nothing but indoctrinate us. Does anybody here believe that their parents, or anybody who here works for a living, do you believe that you're a slave?
Are all planets flat?
I believe so.
And the sun also?
I don't know about the sun?
Why not?
I can't prove it one way or another.
You haven't proved anything.
We only see one face of the moon. No, it's not a comedy. There was something I was saying. Slavery, right? So think about this. The definition of slavery, one definition is working excessively hard for your living. There's another one where if you're uncompensated. Well, by definition, if you're working and you're getting 30% taxed, that's equivalent to about 3.5 months that you are working for free. Right? So are we really the land of the free? Because I know that if I don't pay my taxes, they're going to have a problem with that, right? That's right. So the more you look into this, the more, guys, it's not just one thing. It's everywhere you look. It's medicine. It's our court system. Like I said, I'm being, I was given a mandatory court appearance for a ticket for a ordinance violation. So, that's taking up my time, my energy, and stressing out my life, where I'm gonna have to come and visit this stupid court. So, the more you look into this, the more you'll find they deceive us in every manner. And going back to NASA, if you look at NASA videos on NASA, not only will you see the hardest one, but there's another video where there's 3 of these astronaut liars, and they start to glitch out. The astronauts themselves start to glitch out, but the background remains fine. There's no problem. Nothing. It's like Star Trek when they disappear on Star Trek. Now, how does that happen, guys? How does that happen?
That's right, because they were in my yard doing that. They were made that video in my yard.
Well, you know what they say? Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement, right? That's Californication, right? They tell us the truth in movies. They tell us the truth in songs. There's a lot of truth. But you guys got to do your own investigation from here on out. I need a swig of water. But I will try to answer questions, but there's a lot of questions I can't answer. Okay. Cool. Thanks for your time too. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I thought she was really mocking me, and I'm just tired of it a little bit. I don't mind people laughing and walking by, but when I have people literally play it like they're like a flat earther, and then they spring it on me that they're not, and it's like, I feel, I kind of trust people a little bit. I almost can't though these days. Anybody have any questions or no? Yeah, you're gonna start a little investigation maybe? That Eric Dubé guy, he's the way to go to. And while you're at it, everybody, check out water fasting. Check out GMO foods, the food that we eat, that we're being, it's so bad for us, guys. It's so hard to find organic, non-GMO food, and if you do find it, it's expensive, right? It's really not good. But water fasting is crazy. It can really help your body repair and recover itself from a lot of the toxins and everything that we're introduced with. Anybody wants to go further down the rabbit hole? Does anybody here know anything about 9/11? Does anyone ever looked into it and thought 9/11 was a little strange?
Was 9/11 fake?
Was 9/11 fake?
You didn't think 9/11 was fake?
Or was it?
Well, he asked me. I'll tell you, I made a video on the Boston bombing. Does anybody here remember the Boston bombing?
Yeah.
That occurred? Okay. There was a guy, I don't know if you recall, but I remember this one guy. I watched it happen as it happened. This is before I kind of woke up, so I was like, what's happening? As it happened live, right? So there's one guy named Jeffrey Bauman. He lost both his legs. I don't know if you remember that. Both his legs were supposedly blown off. And that was I remember there's a photo, and I couldn't even get myself to look at that photo. That was an emotional response because I was afraid to look at all that gore, right? Well, after learning about Flat Earth and a number of other lies, I had heard about the Boston bombing. I re-looked at it, checked it out again, right? Well, there's a famous photo of him in a wheelchair, and it's only a couple minutes after his legs were blown off. Well, I made a video on this again. So in that photo, you can see clearly, it's a very high definition photo, and you can see clearly the pavement under him and behind him. Now the problem is that there was not a single, not even a little baby little drop of blood coming off with 2 legs, 100% blown off, right? Okay, so what I did is I made a video, and I showed a fight with the UFC. In the UFC, anybody know what the UFC is? Ultimate Fighting Championship, right? And in that fight, and so in multiple fights, you can see guys who get an elbow to the head, right? And what happens, right? They get cut and they start bleeding. Man, when they start bleeding, it will squirt out multiple feet. And this is just from a single cut, guys. So I went back to that photo. I said, wait a second. How does this guy have no legs? They were just blown off, and there is not a single drop of blood. I can tell you how. Freaking show, man. It's all a lie. Everything you know.
So you think these national tragedies never happen?
Yeah, I'm like 100. I'm like 99.9%. Most of them are all hoaxes
What
and fake.
if a family member was right in front of you, of a victim of that?
I'd probably call him a liar.
That's messed up.
I've looked into it enough. I have a pretty high degree. Have you looked into these or not?
Yeah.
You have? You've investigated whether they're hoaxes?
That they happen. Did you go to college? There's the...
I'm ashamed to admit that I did, yes. I'm ashamed, though. I'm ashamed of it. College is nothing but a slave training ground.
Yeah, I know.
Where'd you go?
Ryder.
The community?
Yeah. Probably one of the only places that would accept me. I was not a good student.
How do you make money? Do you have a job?
No, I'm retired.
What do you do for a living?
I have a business. Yeah. Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, you don't really get to retire if you work for other people, guys. It doesn't usually work out so good. Yeah.
Right.
What? Right. Okay. Cool. Sorry, I'm getting a little agitated. I usually stay a little cooler, but it's like I'm so scared for people, man. I woke up at age 46 to this. 46. You know what that's like to go? My entire life was a lie, man. Every single freaking day, everything that I did, I found out was a waste. I wasted my life for 46 years. That's why I'm out here. I don't want to see a younger person waste their life like I wasted mine. It's depressing, man. It makes me want to cry. You know? You can find out about water fasting. You can find out, guys, I didn't drink water for 4 freaking days. I'm pretty sure most of you know that you die supposedly in 3 days, right? I know plenty of people who haven't drank water for 2 weeks. I don't know personally, but I've seen them do it on YouTube, and it's been verified where they keep a camera on one guy. So, you know, all these things that they tell us, what are they telling us? They tell us whatever they want because nobody investigates. Nobody. Or actually, I shouldn't say nobody. Some people do.
YouTube channel. You posted
Yeah, Zoom Truths, and I have here. I can give you a little paper on. Because, guys, there's a great saying. It's called condemnation before investigation is the highest form of ignorance, right? And dude, I was the biggest biggest fool ever. Not to say, you know, I don't know everything, and I could be wrong about a lot of, or all of what I'm saying, I guess. But I feel strongly that. Do you believe in God?
I believe in something.
You believe in something? Yeah. So, do you believe in the Big Bang or evolution?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But do you think it's 100%, or do you kind of more believe it?
I can't really believe anything. Got no proof.
Yeah. So there's no proof. And I grew up really accepting that the Big Bang was real, you know.
Right.
And that Big Bang kept me from believing in God.
Okay.
And when I found out about flat Earth, I found out that the Bible not only mentions about the Earth being stationary, immovable, which does that sound like a spinning ball going about, right? So I found out about that. Then even more than that was finding out about deception in the Bible. Have you read the Bible at all? Dude, in the Bible it talks about man being deceived, and it all started to like come together where all I see is a bunch of liars. Have you ever lied?
A couple times.
I lie. Still to this day, I still lie. And that's a sin. It's not something we're supposed to do. But if you live by God's rules, you're really not supposed to. Those 10 Commandments mention something about not lying. So there's it's pretty cool, man. Do you think the Earth would be a better place if men didn't lie?
I don't know. I think lying is inevitable.
But when you know that God is watching you, right? Are you going to be a lot more careful? Like, are you going to be malicious with a lie? If you let's say God is real, right? As I believe, but if you know that there's a God watching you and that you're going to be I think put to death is the penalty for lying as a sin. If you know that's going to take place, do you think that you might ease off on those lies?
In the case, possibly.
Yeah. So it could be. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense. Hi, sir.
Hi.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What took the lies with God?
Excuse me?
Why is the lies with God?
Why is the lie? I don't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I don't know. You tell me.
I was just saying that I think, one of the 10 Commandments is not to lie, right? And so I think that the world would be a better place.
What are all the 10 Commandments? Do you know?
I'm getting better at it.
No. What are all the 10 Commandments?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Or you're gonna step up and you're gonna give me the shit
I'm not giving you any shit, sir. I'm a brand new.
Wait.
Wait,
Before me.
Correct.
I shall not lie.
Okay. No lusting, right?
No lusting.
Yep. There's
no stealing.
No stealing.
No killing.
Good. Keep going. And then no lusting after you, or not lusting. Covet thy neighbor. Covet thy neighbor's wife. I think it is. There's a few things. Yeah.
A lot of things. No. There's a few things. There's a lot of
Well, there's 10 of them. Yeah.
There's 10 of them.
Right.
So you can't remember 10 of them.
Well, no, it's not that I can't remember them. It's that when I found all this stuff out, I started doing other things also. So I'm still studying the Bible. I'm only halfway through the Bible, but I read it almost on a daily basis. Or not on a daily basis. I read it at least every 3 or 4 days. I'm reading it.
Halfway through the Bible. What?
I just got to Psalms.
Psalms?
Yeah, came right after Job. I love Job, which is
No, wait. So you got the Psalms. You haven't gotten to the New Commandment.
No, I guess not.
You guess not what?
I guess not. I don't know when the new part starts.
Whoa! How are you reading the? Oh, I'm sorry. What Bible are you reading?
King James.
King James goes from Genesis to. King James goes from Genesis to what?
Oh, I don't know. Go ahead.
How do you not know if you're reading the Bible? You have the King James
read the whole
Bible.
thing, sir.
No. If you're gonna come over here, you're gonna sit there and pull that bullshit. You need to go home.
Why? Are you like the rule fan? Are you telling me?
No, because I've read the Bible.
Okay.
Straightforward, back and forth.
Right.
I've gone from Genesis to Revelation. Okay.
I'm happy. Yeah, good for you.
Where's the Bible start?
I don't know.
You don't know where the Bible starts?
I don't know. Genesis, I believe.
Garden of Eden? Adam and Eve?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to do this just for other people. I like to get the
What are you doing it for? You're not doing it for anything because it's bullshit.
Okay, I like to do it for my own. It makes me happy, sir. If that upsets you, I apologize, but it's not going to stop me.
You need to move on to a new religion, sir, because if you don't believe in the actual Bible,
right?
And I've done Baptist and Catholicism,
right?
You know what we're talking about.
All right, well,
don't tell me well.
No, I appreciate your thoughts.
No, it's not my thoughts. It's the reality. You can get a King James Bible.
Why are you so interested in what I choose to do with my time?
I'm sorry. What does the Bible start with? Genesis?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm too tired.
The Bible starts with what?
I haven't eaten in 5 days, sir. Please, I'm just a little tired.
Are you Gandhi?
Yeah, well, no, what happened?
The Bible starts with Genesis.
What happened was I got a ticket for
The Bible starts with Genesis and ends with what?
Listen, please, I just don't know.
The Bible starts with Genesis and ends with what?
Yeah.
The first books of the Bible start with Genesis and end with what?
What should I do, guys? What am I supposed to do?
Go home. Go home. You don't have your shit. You don't have your stuff together. I'll be happy to give them their stuff.
Oh, good. So set up shop and do it. I'd be appreciative because I would love more people to find Jesus. It really changed my life.
I found Jesus. I have a beautiful wife and 2 kids and everything else.
Good for you.
Team.
Excuse me?
We went to Miami on a mission trip. This whole team right here.
You guys did? Really? So you guys know I have another banner that talks about there's over 200 verses in the Bible that refer to a flat Earth. Did you know that?
Verses.
Yeah, verses. There's over.
That's not King James.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
Right now, I'll pull it up.
All right, look up.
No, it's not.
So wait. Look up in Genesis 1. It talks about the Earth being stationary and immovable. Just Google flat Earth. Google flat Earth.
No. Look it up in the King
Sir,
James
please,
Bible.
I'm just trying.
No, I'm sorry, sir.
Can you just look up flat Earth Bible verses and it'll find it.
Find your King James Bible and show me where it says that. Where's Earth flat in the King James Bible?
Where is my Bible, huh? Pretty sure I brought it for a little strength from people versus you. Guys, just so you know, here's my Bible, okay?
Is it King James? Is it King James?
What do you think it is? What do you think I'm lying to you?
I don't think it's King James. It does not say
King James Version, everybody.
Okay, find the verse.
Man, oh man, you're exhausting me.
I am.
All right, guys, did you look up flat Earth verses for me?
Yeah, but I think you're like interpreting it wrong.
No, check it out. There is anybody here know who William Tyndale is?
I like your shirt.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Does anybody here know who William Tyndale is?
You know David Koresh is?
Sir, do you want to just get your own
You know
spot?
David Koresh is?
Because I'm going to ask the police to
You know David Koresh is? Brand Davidians.
Good job, bud. So check this out. There's a guy named William Tyndale. Now, he was the first person to translate the Bible from Hebrew to, you could look up his name, William Tyndale. He's the first person to translate the Bible from Hebrew into English language. In Samuel 11-11, you can see that he actually says on the flat earth. Literally is what that verse said. Now, what has happened over time is they've distorted the interpretations of Hebrew in order for it to conform to a ball earth model. Has anybody heard of the circle of the earth in the Bible? No? No. I don't know who's left from the mission group. Is that you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of? Have you guys ever heard of them refer to the Earth as a circle of the Earth?
They came to Miami with us.
See, I don't know. My banner has all of these verses. But if you think about this, just stationary and immovable. You know that they talk about the Earth in Genesis 1. It's multiple times it's mentioned as immovable. God made it immovable, right?
Immovable from like the fact that like it can't move, like be like destroyed by other outside forces.
Well, that's to me, stationary means not moving, and immovable means not moving, not spinning.
Not to be destroyed.
All right, now there's another one where Satan or the devil goes to the high mountain and looks at all the kingdoms of the earth from that mountain. How do you do that on a ball?
Satan's a liar. Satan's the king of lies. Why are you?
Well, no, it's in the Bible. So you telling me the Bible is lying to us?
It's Satan.
Yeah, but no.
What verse is that?
Yeah, that one is. Oh, I wish I knew it. You can look it up if you just look up devil, and what did I say? And Jesus, high mountain. But there are so many. God. How about where God stops the sun and the moon, the sun for a day, and it stays sunny all day long, right?
Well, that's the power to stop the rotation.
Right, but if you don't stop the Earth at the same time as the sun, the Earth is going to fly off into oblivion.
That God stopped it. That just proves that was in motion before he stopped it.
That proves that God stopped the Earth.
Didn't you say that
he doesn't say it? He doesn't say it. Listen, if you just type in flat Earth Bible verses, you'll see 200 of them, and they certainly are not talking about a ball Earth. What about the four corners of the Earth? He talks about. Tell me where four corners are on a ball, please. Inform me. I'm interested. Go ahead. I'm listening. Four corners on a ball, right? How do you do that?
Southwest.
Right, but no. Where are the corners then? Where's a corner on a ball?
I never read it, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, I didn't mean to be attacking you. I apologize.
So when you say like the Earth is flat, are you saying it's like a square or like a disc?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the easiest way to say it. But I think it's like, imagine a pool with the continents in the middle. There is an ancient Chinese or Buddha map of the Earth that shows us being in one pool and then multiple pools on the outside of it with more land. If you look up Admiral Byrd, there's a guy named Admiral Byrd, and he was in the military. They did a major operation out in the Antarctic region, which has now become, since in 1959, according to the 1959 treaty, it's off limits for exploration, by the way. But that Admiral Byrd, he said he found land, more land, unknown land. You can look him up on YouTube, that has never been explored, and he's like, it was actually warm and temperate too, like warm water. What? Right? How come I didn't hear about this ever? I don't know if it's true. Just like I don't know if Captain Cook seriously sailed 60,000 miles around, next to an ice wall. I don't know. Those are all. Who knows? To me, it's like NASA. I don't trust NASA. Well, how can I really put all my faith in what these guys say? But what I do know is how water acts. No one's ever replicated water sticking to a ball spinning, 1,000 miles an hour while it circles around the sun. And yet, all of our senses tell us we're it's solid. We're not. I don't feel like I'm moving. I don't feel like I'm spinning around. I don't feel any of that. And the more you dig into this.
The Earth is flat. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I was a jerk.
It's okay.
Yeah. I lost it. I was dumb. I did that. That's what I did with the police too, because they were violating my rights, and that's how they ended up ticketing me. But they have no right to do it. So we'll see how that ends up. I'm hopeful that, you know. But if you guys want to have a real mind fuck, literally a mind fuck, and I shouldn't even say that because it's bad, but entering the legal system, I had found there's a guy named John Harris. I'm going to post all this too, just in case you want to look it up again. But this guy named John Harris, and he talks about common law. Have you ever heard of common law? Yeah. Well, common law is for living men, right? Now, when we're born, right, and they issue a birth certificate, okay? Birth, right? When they issue that birth certificate, what it is actually a contract that your parents are signing you over, and they have you ever noticed how your name is always in capital letters? All your and anything legal, it's always capital letters. Why is that, right? You ever wonder why that is? Yeah. Well, I didn't really wonder until I woke up and then I found out about it. The reason why it's all capitals is because on your birth certificate it's in all capitals, and what you come to find is that is a fictional corporation that they put your name into. So there are two of you. There's the man, the living man, and then there is a fictional identity, of which that fictional identity is beholden to statutory law and civil law. You know what civil and statutory law apply to? They apply to only government workers themselves or corporations. Now remember, your birth certificate created your corporation. So when they call you into court and you agree to everything they say, you're agreeing that you're the corporation. Right, dude, it gets so freaking mind-bending. Like when I heard this, I was like, when I woke up, you'll go through phases of wake. I don't know how awake you guys are. Do you trust your government?
Like, not as much. I don't know.
Okay, well, you got a long way to go then, because you should know fucking goddamn shit. Oh, whoa. Dude, that was a major sin. But, you know, the government lies to us at every chance. Every opportunity is a lie. Everything is a lie. And most of it, I think, stems from the government. I might cut that out part. It's so bad, man. I can't even do that.
We always mess up sometimes.
Yeah, that was so bad. And I used to be a really bad cursor, so it still slips out sometimes when I lose it. But, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that. But what happened was I looked into the Holocaust first, right? The math for gas chambers it's impossible. All you have to do is look at how many people you can burn in an oven today, in one of the, what do they call, whatever those the things are. What are they called? No, not the thing that burns up dead bodies. I don't.
What's it called?
Incinerator.
Thank you. But not really. There's another crematorium. Thank you. So, according to like the pros, they're like you can do it at best is like 1 hour, 1.5 hours, right? They had like 20 of those things, maybe 27. Bro, like how you burning up a million freaking people, over 1 million people, when you can do 27 at a time in an hour. Do 24 hours times freaking 27. You end up with like 500. What's 500 times 30 days? That would be 15,000. You're gonna have a little backlog of dead people that freaking throw in that thing, right? But dude, there's so many other problems with it. So I learned that. That was in January of 2017. Then next came Flat Earth, which was in February of 2017. My whole world is now I'm losing friends every day because I'm bringing this shit up to them, and they will not have any of it. And I really didn't know any of it that well either. But even if I do now, most of my friends don't even communicate with me at all. So, or even my family. So after that, what was my point? The hoaxes. Oh, birth certificate. So at some point, I watched the birth certificate. I believed all the crap that I just told you, and I thought the people who thought the birth certificates were crazy. Still. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so for me to say this stuff for you, I've become so accustomed to the insanity that sometimes I forget how insane the words coming out of my mouth are. You follow?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I mean, how could I believe that the earth is flat and then not think that the birth certificate thing? Are you bro? Wait, say hi. You're flat earth, right? Keep it flat. You know D-Marble, right? Yeah. All right, sweet. Dude, I told you, I don't know if you guys were here. The other girl, she said she thinks the earth is flat. But I had one point, I had like 5 or 6 people, maybe no, 8 people who had just happened upon me and there was one person who was criticizing us. And I said, guys, we're the majority right now, like in this little group here, which was really, really strange. Can you believe, I mean, what is the odds that this thing is growing, that flat Earth is growing?
Question, when are you going to upload the video? Because I just want to see myself.
I'm going to try to do it, I'll try to do some tonight, but I haven't eaten in 5 days, so it might, I might get some of it tomorrow too.
Okay, that's all.
Oh no, if I upload the video, it'll probably be tomorrow, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get it up there though. Yeah, man, you guys are young, so I would be so happy, man, if you looked into this and you come to your own conclusions.
Dude, thank you for opening our minds and everything.
Bro, man, thank you so much, man.
Definitely come to my own conclusions. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's the way. That is the key. I'm sorry, I'm spitting everywhere. I barely have any spit left. I'm like, but no, you guys, please do. And then if you find stuff that I'm wrong about, whatever, if you're ever around, I come out here on the weekends. So, although it's ending with the summer. So anyway, I did the same thing. So, all right, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you. You made my night. Thank you.